Hello, Taylor Johnson here with Keller Williams Capital Properties. I am at Aslı Pure Boutique here in Mount Rainier, right on 34th Street, with Thea Brown Dennis and Fofia Shakur, the store manager, owner and store manager. So we'll get right with them and do some interviews. Hold on a second here. Hello. Why don't you describe your business for us, please?
Well, greetings everyone. My name is Thea Brown Dennis. I'm the owner and founder of Aslı Pure Boutique. We're located here in Mount Rainier. And this is Fofie.
I'm Fofie Shakur, and I'm the store manager of Aslı Pure Boutique. Greetings, everybody.
Let's do a quick look around the shop here. All right. So what is this? What is this business? What are people coming here for, and so forth?
So Aslı Pure Boutique is the outlet for Aslı Pure Natural Body Care. Aslı Pure Natural Body Care was founded by myself in 2005. Working small markets and just ear to ear, mouth to mouth gifts, and my business grew. And this became one of the you could say one of the major outlets. So I manufacture and produce natural artisan soaps, a body nectar, which is a shea butter based nectar, body oils and scrubs. The line is expanding, so we do have like some facial tools that are developing. So as time goes on, you'll see more of those things. And it also is a place where I also outlet other small business brands. It's a gift shop, but mainly a body care provider. So personal health care, personal wellness boutique.
Excellent. And how did you decide upon that business?
So I am, the offspring of tree huggers, or I would consider myself an official tree hugger. So one of the things that I wanted to do when I was a little girl was to be a rock scientist. So I was born in Berkeley, California. So that connection with the earth has always been very strong with me. And so there was a body business that my father used to go to called Body Time, not the big or Body Shop, excuse me, not the big one now, but it was a smaller brand before the Body Shop was even a thing, and they would sell like essential oils that you could mix into your body oils, and that's when Dr. Bronner's was one of the major brands before when you just only had unscented and almond and peppermint.
Dr. Bronner's.
Yeah,
Great.
Dr.
Right.
Bronner's is great. So I
Classic.
was used to that lifestyle, and so as I was, as you grow and you kind of figure out what you're going to do as an adult, it was always in the back of my head that I wanted to have a natural body care business. I didn't really know how it was going to start. Also, because I'm very socially, um, I'm a social person, so I think about like, what can I give back to my community? The concept was also to teach high school students how to run their own business too. Was a kind of the concept that I had. I haven't quite developed it all the way there to that level yet, but that's still kind of in the goal to use this platform to help other people um, become entrepreneurs.
Cool. When I was in high school, we had some kind of a student entrepreneur group that kids could get into and start businesses and make things. I haven't heard of anything like that around here. It'd be great if you could get that going.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's on my my bucket list, so it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Awesome. So, here we are in the middle of a pandemic, and I'm sure your business has changed a little bit. There have been some challenges, perhaps. You want to talk about how things are a little bit different? And
Sure.
Yeah.
I can insert that. Actually, we've been very blessed, even though COVID has definitely interrupted how we normally flow. Asli Pure has not had any interruptions. We have been able to keep going, keep flowing. We do have a nice, strong online presence. So throughout the pandemic, we have been packaging and shipping out to our customers abroad, and um, we've also had an inflow of customers, maybe not as many, but people are still coming to Asli because, for one thing, Asli is just not, it's not just about the wonderful rejuvenating healing products that Mama Thea creates, but it's also about the love, you know. And when we think about generational and community wealth, you know, it's not only the capital and the resources that we have access to, but it's the love that we have access to. And Asli Pure is, I always kind of link it to Harriet Tubman, and this being one of those safe spots on the Underground Railroad where people can come and get what they need. And so it's the products, but it's also an ear, it's also a hug, it's also the atmosphere that we provide here at Asli. So it's all of those things. And you know, we haven't broken stride in that. You know, our doors have continued to be open, people continue to come through. And what I can say about the COVID experience is that, you know, people, it has affected everybody. So when people come in, it's an opportunity to talk about how that has affected all of us, you know, and to kind of inspire each other to, you know, keep going, stay strong, stay united, and keep moving. So it's that kind of space inside of this community, inside of this neighborhood. It's a safe spot. People come, they get what they need, and they always leave with some love.
Well, that sounds awesome. Real hometown goodness, so to speak, right?
It
Absolutely.
is. It is.
I would honestly say, to add to that, I think COVID kind of amplified the mission, because that has always kind of been our mission. Like, that's connecting people back to each other, connecting people back to the earth, understanding that where we get the most of our joy comes from the earth. You know, the simple rising of the sun. You know, it's like everyone could relate to, like, okay, by the way, please come in the spring and the summer, because when the sun comes up in front of this place, there are those 2 chairs out there. We have the chairs outside because we want it to be welcome. The couch is here because we want you to sit, relax, take a load off, just, you know, breathe, exhale, you know. So I would say that COVID kind of amplified that, because it's like, okay, we still have to provide this for our community. You know, how can we do that? You know, we were here, like, even on the back end, in terms of the website, like, the website would come, it was kind of like ebb and flow, but, you know, when COVID hit, it increased, you know what I mean? So while when everyone was kind of like dwindling down, things were like getting a little bit, the back end was getting a little bit more intense for us. We did close during the first shutdown. I think we were closed for 3 months, I think.
We were.
So you couldn't, but we still, like, because we're so accessible to our customers, like people who are regular, they would either call myself or call Sophie, and we would set up times for appointments for people to come in.
Yes.
Yes, so we, you know, we just adapted to it, and just the goal, like, I really was spinning, making sure, because I understood how important it was for people to have this aha. You know, you can't go to the spa, you can't go get massages, but you can bring that spa life, that exhale into your home, you know.
Yeah.
Sounds like your customers would say what they love most about your business is the personal touch.
The love.
Absolute, the love, yes.
The love.
Full of intention.
love,
Like,
yes.
even when I'm making the product, if I'm feeling a little, because, you know, I'm human, so there's days where I'm feeling like, I'll make sure I'm not making the products when I feel that way, you know, because it's, you know, energy is energy.
They're made with love.
It's made with love.
Like the food in, like water for chocolate.
Absolutely.
Like
Oh
water
my
for
God.
chocolate.
My favorite movie.
I know that
Yeah, I
movie.
love that movie. I want to watch that.
Yes, we should. We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So how did you choose this neighborhood for your business?
Okay, I could start with that. So this has been my corridor for a long time. So I'm going to tell you everything, since we're flashing out businesses too. So when I first knew about this neighborhood, I was in college. So I graduated in 99. So in the 90s, I lived on 2400 Queens Chapel Road. And I also lived in not Kaywood, what's the name of the apartments down there in Chillum? Whatever the apartments are down there on Chillum. I used to live in that. Queenstown, thank you. So I lived in that neighborhood as a college student, went to California, had my first child, came back, and I've always gravitated to this neighborhood. I've always shopped at the Glut. There's been Dar Salaam, which was a little bookstore, an incense store that was here a couple of years. I went there, and then this was kind of like the hub where I raised my children. So they would take dance classes at Joe's Movement Emporium. We never saw Joe's on this block because Joe's used to actually be on this block, but they did dance class every Thursday. My children were part of the dance company that is associated with the Denver Culture Arts Studio. Miss P, who had an ice cream shop, I would bring them here. I actually brought field trip of kids to Miss P's ice cream shop, which is now a thrift store across the street. So this was kind of like this neighborhood made me feel at home. Like being from California, being in a multi-ethnic, I grew up multi-ethnic. It just felt very familiar to me. And I also was a member of the swimming pool. That's Tacoma Park Swimming Pool Cooperative, which was like amazing, having young children and being in this, this kind of chilled zone where you can just go for all day with your children and go swimming. Because I lived in Hyattsville at the time, so this has always been my corridor. So when the dance company, excuse me, my phone is usually silent. Let me turn that off. Okay. When the dance company moved from just renting out rooms in Joe's Movement Emporium to moving down here, and seeing this used to be an antique shop. Unfortunately, the owner of the antique shop transitioned, and then it kind of just stayed vacant for a while. And someone was going to put up a candy shop, and the sign was in the door. And then I actually reached out to the owner and was like, whoever's leasing it, do they want to break their lease? Because clearly, I was here almost every week, so I knew nothing was happening. And so it was the perfect size, and it's always nervous when you open up a business because you think of the overhead, but everything was like in alignment, everything was perfect, like, it was just like, okay. So, and like I said, I would pass through this corridor anyway on a weekly basis, so it made sense.
Awesome. And you've already mentioned some of your favorite places in the neighborhood.
Yes.
Do you have any others?
Fofier?
Lisa's Juice Bar down the street, the water hole where we get our natural rejuvenating juices from. The Glut Co-op, of course. Doda's is across the street now, who brought some Afro-vegan cuisine to the neighborhood. What else is around here?
We interviewed Lisa last week at the water hole, and we're doing Doda next week. So.
Okay.
Yes. What else is
I
around
would
here
have
that
to
we
say,
like?
did you say ZZ's? Because ZZ's was been a lifesaver for a long time. Because, if you're here with the children late at night, or if I'm here and they don't feel like cooking, ZZ has been a staple. What else?
There's also an arts and crafts shop that just came to the area, about 2 months ago? No, last summer. I don't know if you've been there yet, but it's right here on Route 1. I like that store because you can find a lot of your arts and crafts there. Hands on Drums.
Hands on Drums is you have So Creative, which is over there on top of the post office.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new we're in the DMV, so we can shout out that. So DC, it's a little shop that's next door to Hands on Drums that sells branded DC like clothing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So DC or something?
Yes,
Isn't that
So
it?
DC.
Yeah.
So DC.
Zeke's Coffee.
Zeke's Coffee. Okay, so I stopped drinking
We're
coffee.
coffee lovers.
I stopped
I
drinking
haven't
coffee.
stopped yet.
And they were open when everything shut, and that was our coffee.
Mm-hmm.
We would order online and come down and pick it up outside. I was so glad they had that.
Yeah, it's cool to kind of be here because you get to see it blossom. You know what I mean? Like when I fell into the corridor, just fell into the corridor, and then starting to see all the businesses popping up. It's really great, because it reminds me of how things used to be. Like because I'm a '70s baby, so I feel like I got to see some of that more hometown, and especially growing up in in San Francisco, you see the homegrownness.
Mm-hmm.
So you're sort of painting this image that fulfills the Berkeley stereotypes.
It's a real stereotype. I mean, I'm of it. I never strayed from it. Like, it is changing. Berkeley is quite different. And I think, yeah, but it's where you feel comfortable, where you feel loved, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel that here, like, we have a really, you know, people are friendly. You know what I mean? People are friendly, and I'm seeing people become more friendly because there were a time where people could appear and look, and they're like wouldn't come in.
They're drawn in.
And now they're stopping.
drawn
They're like,
in.
oh, it smells so good, and so it's just
Yes.
it's the utopia that I think we're all searching for. I think we're the solutions to the world's problems, and I think because we're in this fast paced thing, there's typically like we're moving past each other. We don't see each other. It's like, hey, get out of my way. And I think right now, I feel that energy kind of shifting a little bit, you know, and I definitely feel like we are a part of that shift.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You
Do
know,
you-
the relationships are also important, you know, within and behind the business, behind the scenes. And um, our business relationship with each other is steeped in sisterhood. And so there's never a day that we are not happy to see each other. And, you know, we embody that. And so we extend that out to our customers and the community. And so the love that we have between each other in terms of, you know, wanting to see each other rise, you know, motivating each other, driving our lives and, you know, staying on purpose and doing what we need to do to transform, we extend that out to people who walk through the doors. And so it has a lot to do with what people feel. You know, they don't just come and experience Ashley, they experience who we are as well. And we have a lot of fun. Like, if
We
these
do.
walls could talk, like, you know, there have been tears shed and sweat shed and emotion shed and shared. And, you know, when people come in, you know, regardless of what they're feeling on a day to day, you know, we just want them to know that it's all right. You know, you are not going through this alone. You know, we're all transforming. And so we welcome, you know, the opportunity to heal and grow and transform. And all of that is steeped into Ashley Pure. You know, all of that is, you know, behind the scenes and in the magic, you know, of the products that are created and shared here. So it's not a job for me. It's a whole experience. You know, Ashley Pure is a whole experience that we're just so grateful to our customers and to the community who come in and they are a part of that expansion.
Mm.
And they help with the creation too. I have several products that were, Mama Thea, can you do this? Or the energy of someone, I'm like, okay, I have to make something for this person, or yeah. So it is definitely, it is interconnection in every sense of the word.
That's great. Now, I understand you have some love you'd like to share with Park Bench viewers?
Yes, absolutely. So we're welcoming anyone that views this video via the Park Bench social media tag to come in, and we will offer you 15% off of all of the products that we have in the store. So please, come on by. We'll make sure that all of our hours of operations are there. Well, I can say it now, just put in the video. So we are open Wednesdays through Friday, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. On Saturday, we're open 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sunday 12 to 5 p.m. Yes, and then we also have a rule, like if you see the light on, if someone is in there, we're open.
Knock on the door.
Just knock on the door.
Yes, yes.
That's the unstated rule.
We don't turn anybody away, even if they come after 7, which
Yes.
a lot of people do.
Yes.
And I got my coat on. I'm
Yes.
not going to turn anybody away. I'm like, come on in. It's cool. I'm going to service you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time. It sounds like this is a really wonderful business, and I look forward to helping you grow and promote and sharing some love with you.
Thank you,
Thank
Taylor.
you for
We
the
so
opportunity,
appreciate you.
Taylor.
All right,
Thank you
have
so
a great
much.
day.
You also.